Hey everybody, what's going on? Come here often.
Hey everybody, this is a video from the eye of the critic himself, Philip the Punisher Collins. What's going on? I'm here to do a video I kind of wanted to be doing for a while, but I just resaw the movie again. So I was like, might as well, since I said I'm going to get more videos out and all that. The movie's called Jojo Rabbit. So, I'm not going to lie, I was really excited about this movie for a while. And when it first came out, I didn't realize it was only in select theaters. So that pissed me off. It literally took my theater a month to get the movie. And I know you don't know where I work or nothing like that, but the time that we finally got the video or the movie at my theater that I go to, fucking I was on call. So luckily I saw there was a late showing and I snuck off to the late showing to go see it. And I was disappointed. Let me tell you, this movie, I can't pronounce the director's name. But he's the one that directed Thor Ragnarok, or I believe it's called We Live in the Shadows. I believe that's the other movie he did about the vampires, and it's kind of like a drama, not like a drama, but it's kind of like the show Real World of Vampires. But this guy, he's he's very talented. He played Korg and Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame. You know, the Rock dude who not talking about Dwayne Johnson, but the guy who's fully made of rock. He was a scene stealer when he was on camera, and the director also plays Hitler in the movie. You know, flamboyant Hitler. And let me tell you, the cast, and you know, I'm not going to review it like big movies. I'm going to do it like how you saw with the Dope Piece, where I talk about it, and then I'm going to give it an overall rating of it. First of all, of course, Fox had to get the right, or Disney had to get the right to Fox right when this movie was coming out, because I believe it was supposed to be a wide release, and then Disney bought it, and of course they don't want the movie where the 10-year-old's best friend's Hitler. I mean, that looks bad. Now, if you went to the movie not knowing what it was about, then you probably like, oh man, this movie's kind of fucked up. But if you knew that in reality they're kind of like making fun of Hitler and who he was and all that. But you know, you had Sam Rockwell, which I'm a fucking big Sam Rockwell fan. I mean, he just came out with Richard Jewell, or he was in Richard Jewell. I mean, he was the bad guy in the Green Mile. I'm trying to think what else. He was in like Charlie's Angels. He's not the new one. Let's clear that up. But the Drew Barrymore, and I'm trying to think what else. He's in so many fucking movies. Actually, I think it was our second or third video for the Audio Critic called The Way Way Back that he was in, and I fucking love him in that. Sam Rockwell to me is an underrated actor. Like, he should be in a lot more stuff to me. Then you had Scarlett Johansson, which she worked with the director. I don't know if technically they didn't have no scenes together in Avengers Endgame, but she obviously knew who he was, and always they became friends throughout the whole Marvel thing for her. Because Scarlett Johansson she has a big part, but it's not, you would think with her name that she would. Then you have people like Rebel Wilson, but let me tell you, JoJo, and I believe it's Yorkie or something like that, his best friend, they were just, I wish there was more scenes with them in there, to be honest, because they were hilarious together. But we also had Finn Jones, who, if you don't know, played Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. He was also in John Wick. He was the one that killed the dog. He was also in the new Predator movie. So he's also been around. And Sam Rockwell and him together was just hilarious. Had a little thing like if they were gay, wasn't really sure. But the thing I love about this movie is for every funny scene, well, I wouldn't say they had a lot of funny scenes, but when shit happened, like I wouldn't say fucked up shit, but when some shit happened where you're supposed to feel bad, like you feel bad because you're laughing at this whole thing, and all of a sudden like something gut punches you, and it's like, oh shit. Like at the end, because just so you know, it's like the tail end of World War II, so Germany's losing, and they're like Sam Rockwell's character is kind of like joking about that. But at the end, where JoJo has the Nazi jacket on, and they think he's a Nazi, and they're going to shoot all these Nazis, and they're going to shoot this kid, and then Sam Rockwell's character acts like doesn't act like he knows that the kid's not a bad kid, but he strips the kid of the clothes or the jacket and everything that would make him Nazi, and he calls him a Jew just so Sam Rockwell, so JoJo can escape and live and all that, and just stuff like that. It was just like, oh man, it was just how it was filmed, and I don't know, like I really say this is Jojo Rabbit is probably right now on my top 10 best movie I've seen this year in theaters. Maybe even less. I don't know. I gotta go. That's another video. I know I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, or not in this video, but in a video soon. But yeah, Jojo Rabbit. I really feel like you guys, if you like a good story, I mean, there's not like there's much that happened, but to me, it's a more of a child of American History X. And if you know what American History X is about, this white guy who's a Nazi, and he goes to jail, and he comes out, and he's not a Nazi anymore. That's pretty much what this movie is, but in a kid version and in PG-13 where it's not as vulgar and shit like that. But it's pretty much this kid who like I said, his imaginary best friend is Hitler, and like that's what he wants to be, the best Jew killer and all that, but he doesn't have that in him to kill like a defenseless thing. Not that he's also not that strong, so that probably helps too that he can't do it. But seeing his transformation throughout the thing, take my word for it. Like I said, if you're a person who likes story and you like to laugh and all that, but also you want to see some things where some big shit happens, like big dramatic stuff, this is definitely a movie you need to watch. It had me, like the first time I watched it, like I didn't go into tears or nothing like that, but when the scenes happened, I'm just like, oh man, JoJo, like you just kind of feel bad for him. But I can, not saying like I'm that person where, Nazi or nothing like that, but the way that he was feeling from the halfway into the movie to the end, I could see where he was coming from. It was this casting, the look of it, and I love how they did David Bowie's Hero song in German, and that was hilarious. They also did that with a Beatles song at the beginning of the movie. I can't remember what Beatles song it was, but the soundtrack's great. It's definitely, if your theater didn't get it, when it comes out on DVD, at least red box it. I don't feel like most of you guys would be disappointed. I think you guys would enjoy it and really appreciate a good movie. But with that being said, might as well just get into rating it. I'm going to rate it out of a 10. 7.25. Because obviously there's things that they could have changed. I mean, I can't even give you there's some examples I can give, but I feel like that would spoil. And this is a video where I'm not trying to spoil too much for you guys. Just trust me. I feel like if you go out and see this, you're gonna see I feel like maybe if it had an R rating, they could have been a little bit more, vulgar in the things they said. And I think, not saying that I would have made anything better, but it would show you the hate that some of the people had. Because, when you throw a fuck out there or saying like somebody's a piece of shit or something like that, you understand more. But then you have to be creative when you have to do a PG-13 movie and you can't use all those cuss words. So, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was my second time seeing it. So I feel like you guys should check it out. But anyways, this has been another review on an independent / mainstream movie. I haven't figured out what my next movie is going to be, but I do have a Q&A coming up for the subscribers. So, and I'm going to have a video up for that one coming up to let you know where to put in your questions. I got my Christmas horror movie video coming up, where me and a special guest is going to sit there and talk of holiday movies, not just Christmas, but holiday horror in general and why it's so popular. Honestly, I don't even know what actually, I'm probably going to be putting out a Jumanji video coming up because I didn't get to do that. Let me see what my next mainstream movie is going to be so you guys can be prepared for that. Either it's going to be Spies in Disguise or Little Women. So, you guys can decide. Would you rather see Spies in the Sky, an animated movie, or Little Women? So, put it in the comments below. I mean, I'm going to go probably see both no matter what. I mean, I might do both anyways. But which one would you rather see up first? Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and I appreciate all that. Because without you guys, not that I'm not doing this for nothing, but, more people's not getting movie reviews that, people's going to do all the big ones and all that. I'm trying to do everything. We're just going to do a movie review for whatever I see. I'm going to do a movie review for whether it's like 5 minutes or 15 minutes. But keep an eye out. Obviously on YouTube, the Oddity Critics. On Instagram, it's the Oddity Critics. Twitter, I don't really go on, but there's an Oddity Critics Twitter. Yeah. I mean, just message. I'm trying to be more active, responding to people. So don't be afraid to comment or write us on Instagram or write me on Instagram, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But guess what, guys? Stay classy.